I want Cameron Boozer. I've watched a lot of tape on Boozer and Wilson, and when I say this, I'm not trying to demean Wilson as a prospect at all. I feel like outside of Peterson, he probably has the highest ceiling in this draft because his athletics intangibles are off the chart. He can jump out the gym.
The highlights are crazy.
Chase down blocks, dunking on guys. Like, you love that. You love to see that. It puts butts in seats, all that. But when we look deeper into the numbers, he shot 26% from three last year. He's a little more slimmer of frame. He doesn't have a NBA-ready body right now. We have Boozer on the other hand, 22.5 points, 10.2 rebounds. Shot 55% from the field, 39% from three. High IQ, 6'9". He's about 240 if I remember correctly. You can in your head, you can see that fit next to a Zach Edey. He's a great rebounder. He's an underrated playmaker. I can imagine a high-low between Boozer and Edey working very well. I can imagine big-to-big pick and roll, something that we did not see with Jaren Jackson Jr. and Zach Edey, which we wish we saw. I can see that with Boozer. So, yes, you want to draft on upside. I understand that. But just in the state of flux this franchise is in, I want production over highlights. And that's why I want Cameron Boozer.
We do a better job of that. They won't have these points.
So speaking in that, so what adjustment are you going to tell this team to expand the gap in this scoreboard right now?
Well, ball security and stops.
That's all I need. Good luck, Coach.
All right, Evan Hayes checking in with Coach Otis Hughley Jr.
Right above 50% for the half. Y'all had a hard start getting off. What's been going good offensively this half?
Well, we just got to continue to let man movement, ball movement, stop ball stopping.
I agree with you. Y'all were up by 20 at one point, but FAMU cut the lead to about 10. What's been the message in the second half to put this team away?
Have a better start than we did the first part of the game.
Good luck,
Evan Hayes with the Bulldog sideline report.
That huddle, Coach was emphasizing playing with pace with the time not being on the side. He wants more energy. He wants more aggressive from this team right now. Only right under 6 minutes ago, they have to make the move now. Also, run the guys out three-point line. We saw Joe Manning. He's hit around 2 or 3 threes in the last few possessions. Running him and the rest of Southern out of three-point line to try to cut within this league in a very short fashion. Back to you, Mo.
All right, thank you so much. That is Evan Hayes with the Bulldogs All Access sideline report as Damari Jones missed the front end. 56 to go in regulation. Southern out in front 77-64. Let's go to Evan Hayes.
Yeah, Mo, that huddle Coach Hughley was talking about on defense, switching everything, get some more trap, maybe trying to force some turnovers on the offensive end, get to the free throw line, scoring with the clock stop. The time's not on our side right now. We need some quick buckets to cut within this lead in his last 4 minutes. Let's see if we can do it. Back to you, Mo.
All right, thanks so much, Evan Hayes with the Bulldogs All Access sideline report.
Where's Tiger basketball in the year 2025 with people around your age? And did you grow up loving Tiger basketball, or is it a different experience for you?
That's a completely different question. I'm glad you answered that question. Tiger basketball, and I think it's kind of sad to say, has really fallen out the graces of the young people in my city. I grew up as a Tigers fan because my dad went to University of Memphis, so he grew up, me and my brother, going to Tigers games when Shaq Goodwin was here and Joe Jackson and all those guys, like when Josh Patton was here. So I grew up a Tiger fan, but I can't say the same for everyone else that's my age, because we all know the Tigers historically, especially in my lifetime, hasn't met the expectations that this city has came for. Hasn't had a lot of NCAA appearances, have never been to the Sweet 16 in the last few years. So the success hasn't been there. But in contrast, the interest has gone down a little bit. And I feel like that's partially because the local talent hasn't been there. When Penny got here, that was when probably the hype of Tiger basketball was, at least people my age, at least those first 1 or 2 years. Of course, he had the first year when he had Jeremiah Martin and a lot of Toby Smith's guys. So, but that second year, when he had Tyler Harris, Alex Lomax, Malcolm Dangerous, Memphis Madness that year, my guy, I don't know if you went. It was lit. It was packed. There's a lot of different factors, but I feel like Tigers basketball is not in a great place when it comes to the fan base of 25 and under.
It's definitely different times. Wrapping up here with Evan Hayes from BillStreetBears.com. Last thing before I get you out of here.
Bogan on the floor for the Bucks.
Cross action. What pass?
And Carl. 3 from Lincoln Tome. It's good!
Big shot! 1.4 seconds on the clock. 1.4 seconds left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Big shot by Tome. What a shot! What a shot by Tome!
Hey, listen, it is not. It feels like that's what Bluefield has done all night. Is they just deflected off the players, and then all of a sudden it ends up in the basket.
And it went Milligan's way. We finally got a 50-50 ball. We finally got a 50-50 ball.
Glenn Carlson
with the
comes
head
up with
up,
it.
with a heads up play by Carlson to stay composed, find Tomei for the open shot, and that's why Tomei's in the game.
Yep.
Knockdown
God.
shooter.
Oh my gosh. So there's 1.4 left.
Personally, as a college student, I love it and hate it at the same time because if I was a kid that went to like Kansas State, I'd be mad that a dude that was just on campus is playing for another school. But just as a fan of basketball, I love it. Like, I love giving the players opportunity to market themselves and put themselves on the best platform to play ball the right way. And if this guy can come in and produce for Memphis, why not? Like, even with losing Jordan, even though he hasn't played the best this year, our front court depth without him, it's kind of loose a little bit because you have Malco and Nicholas Jordan, who's kind of been holding it down, and they've been playing well. They've been playing well, but just still having another guy to rotate in and out could be great. Because like on that game against Ole Miss, Malco played his tail off. Like, he played his tail, especially against Musa. Like, he played his tail off. Even game against Texas A&M, him and Nicholas Jordan was holding down the paint.
They were.
Even though we may be outside some games, they still hold it down. So if we can bring this guy in and he can produce for it, I see no problem with it whatsoever.
Well, my guy,
small guard means you can't win. Like, you have to look at the totality of the team around him. Like, you said Isaiah Thomas. He had Joe Dumars. He had a Dennis Rodman. He had what's the center name? I can't remember his name. Bill. I can't
Laimbeer.
Remember. Laimbeer. Yeah, Bill Laimbeer. Yes. Of course, Steph Curry had everybody. You gotta go into that. But if you surround any great player with great guys around him, especially with smaller guards, great defenders, a great big man, it can be a recipe for success. Another guy that people don't talk about a lot who was on the smaller side was Chauncey Billups. Yeah. That team beat a Los Angeles Lakers team. A Los Angeles Lakers team was favored in that series, but they have a great team around them. They had shooters, and they had a great big man in Ben Wallace. They were able to win the championship. So I feel like it just comes down to the team you have around him. And Jalen Brunson has shown to be an elevating of teams no matter what situation he's been in. He won 2 national championships with Villanova. He led the Mavericks to West Conference Final, especially in games where Luka Doncic wasn't there, and now he's doing the same thing in New York. So I understand the history says that small guards can't win, so they say, but it all comes down to the coach and the team around him, and I feel like New York has all the tools to win a championship. Like, again, we both have the Spurs, but it's not going to surprise me if the Knicks win this series because they've been playing great basketball. They have record right now, the greatest point differential in the playoffs, I believe, is like 22.5 right now. Yeah. That is a NBA record.
Right.
The second closest team was, I think, the 2017 or 2018 Warriors. They are in great company. They have all the stats you can try to equate to what an NBA championship team should be. So if Jalen Brunson is the leader of that, I'm not going to be surprised because he's been playing great basketball this whole postseason.
In that range, Keaton Wagler, Kingston Flemings, Michael Brown Jr., any of those the type of guards you'd move up for?
For me, personally, Flemings is my guy outside of that because I like Wagler. And honestly, I was not a believer in him until I saw his NCAA tournament run. I'm big on winners. You can probably get that. For him to lead at the combo guard position, lead his team to the Final Four, that kind of won me over. So I would love Wagler, but he's more of a combo guard, so I wouldn't see how that would fit great next to a Cedric Howard. Not saying he won't do it, but it doesn't fit like a glove as well.
I love him. I am concerned that he is not an athlete.
That is true.
Now, you know,
he plays a great pace, but
he gets to his spots.
He does,
but he is below the rim.
Yes, he is.
He is a 6'5" below the rim guard.
And someone who was above the rim is Kingston Flemings.
Yes.
He was a great floor general for Houston. Personally, of course, I was wrong, but Houston was my pick to win the whole thing because of Kingston Flemings. And he's not just your prototypical super athletic guard coming out of college. Like, he's a floor general. He can actually score the ball pretty effectively, especially in the mid-range and from the three. So Flemings would be my guy, being that I feel like he can be that steady hand. If you need him to go off for 20 to 25 to 30 points in a game, he can. But he can also sit back and let the guys like Cedric Howard, Zach Edey, or Gigi Jackson kind of go off. So if it's not Acuff and, of course, Wagler's off the board, Flemings is personally my guy.